Hi everyone, I'm Teacher Michelle and welcome to another episode of Unang Math. For this episode, our lesson is finding the surface area of a column. I'll be showing and explaining how to find the surface area of a column. When we say column, this is a prism and cylinder. Okay, let's start with prism. Let's find the surface area of this prism with a hole. This is the hole of this prism. And even if this prism has a hole, this is still a prism. Because when you look at this figure and this figure, these are parallel and congruent. So these are the bases of this prism. And the lateral faces are rectangles. Okay, since this is a prism with a hole, to find the surface area, we just have to follow the common way of finding the surface area of a prism. And that is, okay, we have to get the area of the base, multiply it by 2. So in this figure, our base is this one. So it looks like this. So find the area of this base, multiply it by 2. And then, plus the area of the lateral faces. And since this is a prism with a hole, we also need to get the area of the inside lateral faces. So plus the area of the inside lateral faces. Okay, first let's find the area of the base. Okay, we find the area of the base, this area minus this area. This is 7 and this is 10. Okay, this is 5, this is 6. 5, 6. 10 times 7 is 70 minus 6 times 5 is 30. 70 minus 30, that's 40. And we have to multiply it by 2 for both bases. So this is equal to 80. So 80 square centimeters for both bases. Okay, what about the outside lateral faces? So there are 4 faces. This is 7, this is 10, so 7, 10, 7, 10. And then the height is 10 centimeters. 7 plus 10 is 17 plus 17, that's equal to 34. So 34 times the width, which is 10, so this is equal to 340. So 340 square centimeters for the lateral faces or outside lateral faces. Okay, now, let's find the inside lateral faces also. So 4 rectangles, this is 5, this is 6. So 5, 6, this is 5, 6, and the height is also 10. 5 plus 6 is 11, so times 2, 22 times 10, then this is equal to 220. So 220 square centimeters for the inside lateral faces. And to get the surface area of this prism with the hole, 80 plus 340, okay, plus 220. So this is 0, 4, 6. So 640 square centimeters. Okay, let's check this second example or second figure. This time, let's find the surface area of this cylinder with a hole. So where's the hole? This one. This circle and this circle are the bases of this cylinder, parallel and congruent. And this is the lateral face. Since this is a cylinder, we can find its surface area. And to find the surface area, we just have to follow the common way of finding the surface area of a cylinder. And that is, get the area of the base. Our base is circle. It looks like this. Okay, get the area of the base, multiply it by 2, plus get the area of the lateral face. And since this is a cylinder with a hole, we also need to get the area of the inside lateral face. So plus the area of the inside lateral face. Okay, let's solve for the area of the base. Okay, to find the area of the base, that's going to be pi r squared. So first, get the area of this bigger circle. Okay, radius would be 8. So 8 squared is going to be 64. So 64 pi minus, what about this smaller circle? Radius is 4, so 4 squared, 16. So 16 pi. Subtract Then this is 48 pi. So 48 pi for the area of one base. Multiply it by 2, so this is equal to 96 pi. So 96 pi for both bases. Let's move on to the lateral face of this cylinder. This length is equal to the circumference of this circle. So it's going to be 2 pi times the radius. Radius is 8, so 2 times 8, 16. So 16 pi. And the width would be 10. So this is 10. So 16 times 10, so this is equal to 160 pi. Okay, now, what about the inside lateral face? So what is this circumference? That is equal to the length of this rectangle. Since the radius is 4, 2 times 4, it's 8. So this is 8 pi, and this is 10. So 8 pi times 10, then this is equal to 80 pi. Okay, add 96 plus 160. So 96 plus 160 plus 80. Okay, this is 6, 15, 23. So 336. 336 pi square centimeters. That is the surface area of this cylinder with the hole. Okay, this time, let's move on to the second part of this lesson. Okay, we will be finding the surface area of a column with a removed part. Okay, if you're going to take a look at this figure, originally, this figure looks like this. Okay, when this part is removed, then the figure now looks like this. So we will find the surface area of this figure. This one and this figure are parallel and congruent. So these are the bases of this figure. And the lateral faces are rectangles. So this figure is a prism. And since this is a prism, we can find the surface area. So that would be, first, get the area of the base. So our base looks like this. Get the area and multiply it by 2. Okay, plus the area of our lateral or of the lateral faces. Okay, lateral faces, how many rectangles do we have? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 rectangles. Okay, let's find first the area of this base. Okay, to find the area of this base, cut this one into simpler shapes. So this side or this length is going to be 5 plus 2, so 7. So this is 7. What about this? This is equal to 4. And this is given 5. And this one, from here to here, it's going to be 10. So this is 6. So 7 times 4 is 28, and this is 30. So the area of one base is 30 plus 28, so it's 58. So 58 times 2, then this is equal to 116. So 116 square centimeters for both bases. Okay, what about for the lateral faces? Okay, this is 10. This is 5. This is 6. So 5, 6, 2, and this is 4. 2, 4, and this is 7 centimeters. So this will be our length or the length of the rectangle. And then the height is, okay, 10 centimeters. 15 plus 6, 21, plus 2, 23, plus 4, 27, plus 7, it's going to be 34. So 34 is the length times 10, then this is 340. So 340 square centimeters. And then now, to find the surface area of this figure, 116 plus 340. And this is now equal to 456. So 456 square centimeters. Okay, let's have another example. Okay, this figure still has a part that is removed. But if you're going to compare this one to the previous figure, okay, originally, this figure looks like this. So this part is the part that is removed. Comparing it to the previous figure, in this figure, this part is not removed. Only this part. So if we will remove that, then the figure looks like this. So let's find the surface area of this figure. Okay, by looking at this figure, this one and this figure below are not congruent. So it means these are not the bases of this figure. So to find the surface area of this one, we have to get the area of each faces. But if we will do that, it will be very complicated and long process. So first, we have to identify how many faces are there in this figure. Okay, this is one rectangle. Okay, let's mark this one. Okay, another rectangle is this one. So this is 2. And we also have here rectangles, 3. Okay, next, this figure on top is actually, let's mark this one, face 4. And this is 5. Okay, this one is 6, 7, and this is 8, and lastly, 9. So we found out that there are 9 faces in this figure. Okay, if we are going to find each face area, then it will be difficult and a long process. So I'll be giving you a tip on how to get the surface area of this figure. Okay, we said that the first face is a rectangle. The second one is also rectangle. And the third one is rectangle. Okay, now, when you look at this figure down here, this face, this is our fourth face. This one, and combined with this face, or this labeled 9, if you put this one here, then we can create a rectangle. So that means 4 and 9 put together, then there's another rectangle. Okay, what about another one? When you look at this figure labeled 5 and this figure or this face labeled 7, put here or combined together, then we created another rectangle. So this figure 5 and combined with this figure 7, then we created another rectangle. Okay, and lastly, okay, if you're going to take a look at this one, okay, this figure and this figure, this is our 6 and this 8. Okay, when you combine this together, okay, this one and this 6th figure, then we created another rectangle. So we found out that there are 6 rectangles in this figure. Okay, with this idea, we can now find the surface area of this figure. 6 rectangles mean we can create rectangular prism. So to find the base times 2, so it means, okay, one rectangle, this length is equal to 8 centimeters, and this is 6. So this is 48. So 48 times 2, then this is equal to 96. So 96 square centimeters for both bases. And for the lateral faces, okay, 4 rectangles. So 8, 6, So if this is 8, this is 6, 8, and then 6. Okay, 8 plus 6, that's going to be 14 times 2. So it's 28. So 28 times the height, which is 10. So this is equal to 280. So 280 square centimeters. So 96 plus 280 square centimeters. So this is 6, 7, 3. So 376 square centimeters. So this is the surface area of this prism.